spiritual goods and spiritual enlightenments instead of physical things. He talked bad about claims and doctors and modern medicine and lawyers and bureaucracy and things that like we in the West see as like great.
Sum it up in 3 words.
There might be things outside the world that she desires.
Great. Okay,
What
Sean?
does this have anything to do with anything we're talking about?
With Gandhi?
Yes.
Gandhi was brought to memory by this. Ben had it sparked from reading it.
Well, yes, I got that much, but...
Alright, well Sean, what do you have to contribute to the discussion? That'd be great. I'm so excited you want to share with us.
I'm still struggling with the fact that there's naked women.
Okay, so Sean, what did I share with you? Do you remember? It was only 5 minutes ago. You can do this. What did we talk about? You and James and I before James walked in.
You were going to explain it. How she's using the sea to seduction.
Okay, so you're asking me. Great. So, the sea is seductive in the sense that it's alluring her, right? She is, also you guys probably noticed she is naked at the end of the story when she drowns herself. And that can be something that's very provocative. It's a little disturbing, but like I point out to you and James, there's no one else around. It's just her in the ocean. So it's not really inappropriate, right? It's just her and herself. So, yeah, so she's related to a newborn creature, which is interesting. It's kind of like her being reborn in some way, I think. Yeah, Elizabeth.
I was talking about how taking off her bathing suit is a symbolic act. Because earlier we talked about how society's expectations were like a garment. And when she took them off, it was like she was freeing herself from them.
Great.
And then she literally did it by dying.
Okay, so she's casting off society's conventions, rules. Great. Okay, what else do you guys find in the passage? Caroline?
We really like the personification of the sea, and what you're saying about it being seductive, and also where it says inviting the soul to wander in abysses of solitude. Because I was really interested in this book, so I did research before we read it. And this book was almost called The Solitary Soul. The solitude is like really important.
Great, thanks for bringing that up. Actually, that's one of the points we're going to talk about. So, the title of the book, we mentioned this before a couple classes ago, but the original title of this book was The Solitary Soul. So, how do the images of solitude in this passage, how does that kind of inform your understanding of it? Does it make them more important? What do you guys think about that? There's 3 or 4 of them in these few paragraphs. We underlined one already, or right here. This is solitude. Yeah, Ben?
Well, when she's thinking about her children, she's not really saying anything bad about her children, except that they exist.
Great point. Thank you.
They're not like bad kids, but they're just there, and they're like taking up the time, their energy, and sucking her soul.
Yeah, and something that we were actually going to bring up. That's wonderful. Thank you. Earlier in the novel, she described, when she's talking with Dr. Mandalay, do you guys remember that instance after Madame Ratignolle gives birth? And so, yeah, she says, okay, so Edna's speaking. She says, but I don't want anything but my own way. That is wanting a good deal, of course, when you have to trample upon the lives, the hearts, the prejudices of others. But no matter, still, I shouldn't want to trample upon the little lives. So what's the difference between that passage and that quote and how she describes her relationship to her kids and now? What's the difference between her talking about her children, saying I wouldn't want to trample upon the little lives, to my children are antagonists and are imprisoning me? What do you guys think? It's a pretty stark contrast. Yeah,
I would say the roles were almost reversed, so that now the children are affecting her, and they're kind of another thing that she has to cast off before she's totally free.
Great. Hey, Corinne, do you have a thought on that? How does Edna view her kids in these last couple paragraphs? You guys got to read through it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how does she view her kids? She describes them as antagonists and says basically that she wants to get rid of them. Okay, so what does that bring to mind? Like, does that make you think she's a horrible mother? Does she just not care about people?
No, I just think she's freeing herself and taking a new route.
Okay, great. That's wonderful. So to close up, we're going to discuss really, really quickly. Does Edna, in dying, does she triumph? Or is it a failure? Or is her death a waste? What do you guys think? What does the fact that she dies at the end of the novel tell you? Anna, do you have a thought? I see you smiling back there.
What was the question?
Um, is Edna's death a triumph, a failure, or a waste? Or any of those? What do you think? What do you think her death is?
I think from a literature standpoint it is a triumph because all the different images are images of being tied up, like a dog that's on the chain at the end and the bird in the cage and all that stuff, and so I feel like Chopin's trying to say that